Foreman Tomb 3, West Bank, Waset, Thebes, Luxor, Egypt, North Africa. Owner Peshedu. He was the servant in the place of truth. He was a stonemason and an excavator, and also a tomb cutter. His wife was Nezept Tebedet. That's the name and a half. He lived during the reign of Seti I and Ramesses II. He may have been a foreman. The tomb was robbed in antiquity, and it was rediscovered by a group of Egyptian soldiers in 1834. Now, there's not a lot of information about this tomb, so we must assume that Gaston Maspero did an initial field work to make sure that it was secure. So it had been robbed in antiquity, but what Maspero had set up at that time in Egypt was a compensation scheme for people who found tombs and for people who were digging for objects. So provided they provided the location of the finds, they'd be compensated for their finds. And that's probably why the group of soldiers reported the tomb. It was not until the 1920s that a serious study was done on the area of Deir Medina, the village of the workers, and this was undertaken by Bernard Charles Marie Joseph Beret. What a name that is. Just rolls off your tongue, doesn't it? 17 volumes of work of scientific investigation at Deir Medina. Now, if we have a look at the tomb pictures, we have got the deceased before Ra Harakti. That's on your left. Then top left, the adoration before Osiris. So Ra, you need him to protect you as you make your journey through the underworld, through the Rosetta. And then Osiris, before he hears your confession, you must adore him. Next one up is Anubis, who sits upon his mountain. He is the guardian and openers of the gateways in the underworld. Remember, you have these gateways that the deceased has to pass through in the underworld, the Rosetta, hopefully to be reborn before Osiris. Next one is the adoration of the deceased by his family members. So again, they're wishing him well on this journey. Now, in this scene, you've got the adoration by his wife. Now, have a look at her. Not only is she beautiful, but she's got this cone on her head. Now, early Egyptologists thought that they were made out of a melting wax and perfume, and you put them on your head, and then as the evening went on, the wax would melt and it would keep you fresh. But it would probably ruin your clothes as well. So what are they going to do? Make new clothes every time they go to a party or banquet. However, Dr. Joanne Fletcher from the University of York looked at these pictures, and she has came up with a better suggestion, is that maybe they were perfume sticks that you rubbed on your body before you got dressed. And that they were depicted in pictures on their head as a symbol of wealth. And that seems to me more sensible than an ancient Egyptian sitting in a hot banquet having this stuff dripping all over their bodies. You just can't. They're far too elegant and sophisticated for that. Now, if you have a look below the palm tree, you've got a river. And what he's doing is he's drinking water under a date palm tree. Look at the dates. They're lovely and orange. This would be October in Egypt. But what we're looking at is his desire for the afterlife. And he loves those dates. If you ever have Egyptian dates in October in Egypt, it's like they're like eating honey. They are beautiful. And that's what he wants for his eternity. So here we have him adoring the gods. The scribe god who recorded that his heart was lighter than the feather of truth, and justice, which was the feather of the goddess Mart. Isis. Isis is a protector. She protected Horus, and here she's protecting him. Ra, the all-powerful Ra, who took him through the underworld so he could be reborn. And Serket, very powerful deity to ward off any dangers you might have, and he's adoring them. In this scene, it's a double take. Now I think it was a bit tight for room, because you got the family scene. So you got him, his wife and his child. That's a family scene. And then the double take is him on his boat starting his journey into the underworld. So I think this is a double take to save space in the tomb. The last one is Peshedu, under the eye of Horus and adoring Osiris. So he's been protected by Horus as he made this dangerous journey. That's what it means. The colour green of Osiris is fertility, growth, the same colour as wheat and barley before it ripens. It's growth, it's new life. And there you have Peshedu in front of Osiris with his face painted green. He's made it. He's now going to be reborn. Wow. When the excavations were done at Deir Medina during the 1920s, a lot of shards of ostraca, broken pieces of stone that had names on were found, and papyrus fragments were found. And from that comes a story of a foreman with the similar name of Peshedu. And this foreman was a little bit of a character. It's recorded during the reign of Ramesses II, and he was a bit rough and ready, this foreman. Remember, he's organising gangs of men, and he's got to come up with results. And he made regular death threats, and one of them was, "I will take you up into the mountains and kill you." Gosh, that is real serious talk. Now, was he the one and the same person? We're never going to know for sure. Looking at the pictures in his tomb, he looks like a happy lad, but what was he like in real life? We never know for sure. But I just wanted to leave you with that little bit of text there. "I'll take you up into the mountains and kill you." Wow, that really is something. Now, if you've enjoyed the content in this video, press your subscribe button, thumbs up, and take care, and I'll see you real soon. Bye for now.